Hello, this is Bear from Elliott Wave. How's it going? Here's a weekly update on Bitcoin. Today, as always, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, see what's happening and what could be happening using the Elliott Wave Theory. So, again, for the sake of this video, we are going to assume that, as you can see here, we do have a potential wave 4 of cycle degree in place with the $15,000 low. And there we are now resuming into wave 5. Now, before we get started into the lower time frame count, one thing that is worth saying, and that I have been saying for quite some time now, ever since we started moving higher, is that there's still a possibility this is some sort of wave A or W. This is some sort of wave B or X. And we could see further downside into wave C or Y. If not that, we could also be in some sort of a triangle. So some sort of a sideways movement into wave 4 to pair out with this more sharp wave 2. Doing so, we would have a nice alternation. Now, that being said, let's go into the daily. And again, let's assume we have a bottom in place. The fact that we could have found a top is because we missed actually quality of these two moves here just by $1,000, which is what, 5%, about 5%. Yes, about 5%. So we missed the quality and then we reacted lower. Now, again, that's a better scenario. If that's not going to happen, then we can remain bullish, and we have two main bullish count, which I'm going to present to you right now. Now, the first one is the most conservative one, as you can see here, and again, off the lows here, and I said this in my previous video again, but it's always nice to remind you guys, either a leading diagonal to wave 1 and a complex correction to wave 2, or else here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C into wave 2, or double XY, and then upside. So either of some sort of a sideways wave 2, or else a more of a directional and sharp wave 2. Nevertheless, what could be happening right now, this is a conservative count. We also topped in wave 3, and we are entering a, wouldn't call it bear market, but a bit of a larger correction to pair out with this wave 2 here. And that could take us, obviously you wouldn't have to, it couldn't, and it shouldn't, if this is a count, obviously, break here, $31,500. So we are allowed to move lower, but not breaking that level. So perhaps something like this, or a sideways consolidation to wave 4. And the alternate would be that a bit of a more aggressive count to the upside. And before we do so, give me a second. Just wanted to give a shout out to the Discord. It's a brand new Discord. It's completely free. You can join by the link in the description of this video. No, I'm not trying to sell a course. I'm not selling anything. It's completely free. If you enjoy the content, if you want more, if you want to interact with other traders as well as myself, then I recommend you join, and I hope to see you there. So back to the more bullish count is we just stopped in a wave 1. Let me zoom in. And we could have also bottomed in a wave A of 2, which we're going to investigate in just a second as we go into the intraday chart. And obviously with this count, we cannot break this point, 25,000 roughly, which would be validation level for wave 2. However, being realistic, based on Elliott Wave rules, we cannot go past the starting point of wave 1. However, the moment we already start to go much deeper than what we would expect in wave 2, considering this wave 2 should be of 1 degree lower, 1 less degree than this wave 2, then it should also be a bit smaller than the corresponding higher grade. So that being said, the moment we start to see a larger correction, just this one here, then we can already start to doubt and question the count itself. Now, again, if we break this point here, 41,000, we know that we cannot have the more conservative count. If we break 25,000, we cannot have this count. And the moment also we break 25,000, then it is highly possible that we enter the bearish scenario. Again, either A, B, double X, and either we go down to wave C or Y, or else we start to move sideways. So 25,000 is going to be a very important level, very important point to watch. And ideally, we will see Bitcoin moving higher and confirming this overall bullish count. Now, intraday chart, as you can see here, if we bring volume, it is immediately easy to see that we add a lot of volume here with the top. So already with this candle right here, we could see how people were already starting to sell. And then again, we started to move lower with higher volume, meaning that this was indeed the start of what I don't want to call it a bear move, but something larger to the downside, larger than anything that happened before. So at this point, really, realistically, let me hide this. For the shorter term count, I see either this has been a three-wave move into wave A. Now, as we touch 40,000 and we seem to have found support, we could move higher into wave B. Ideally, we will reject 45,000, which is, as you can see here, where we previously found support and resistance. Also, find 5 being a Fibonacci number itself. And I would like to see Bitcoin fail from that. Now, we could also count this as a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm not really a big fan of such a short wave 2 and such a time-consuming wave 4, which is why it could be a 3-wave move down here. Now, you could argue, could we have this in place? Now, a short answer is yes. Is it possible? Yes. We also, what would be interesting about this is that usually a wave 2 ends near the wave 4 in 1 degree, which would be at this point right here, as well as it's not hard to see that this is a strong level of support. Now, as that is possible, it will need confirmation. It will need to ideally break all-time high, which is why I want to remain conservative, look for a more of a well-defined 3-wave move. At that point, we could either find support a bit below 40,000, so ideally around here, and you could also, if that plays out, many theories could step into the market. There's people going to say, oh, well, we're going to get liquidity, buy to sell, so forth, so on. If I just stick to Elliott Wave, which I'm better at, then I would say just simply A, B, C, and then resume higher. So basically, in a nutshell, that's the count for the longer term. So we've seen the bearish and the bullish scenarios for the longer term, and for intraday counts, that's basically what I'm expecting. So again, if you want to stay updated, obviously subscribe to the YouTube channel. I bring 2 videos per week, one on the stock market and one on cryptos. And then if you want more, then I will wait to see you on the Discord. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.